The New York Giants take on Washington on Sunday at MetLife Stadium. Time for this week's edition of Crossfire, presented by Primepoint. All right, guys, will the Giants have more success through the air or on the ground this week? Carl, we'll start with you.
I'm going to say on the ground. I think they found some things that worked last week, and it's starting to look like a real run game.
I'm going to say through the air. Because of that ground game that they had, I think the play action is going to start to show up for them. I think they're going to be able to move the ball down the field, and will give Daniel Jones a little more time in the pocket.
But that doesn't make it more successful. Because a successful running game enables the latter to happen, the run game will be more successful.
All right, and again, I'm thinking they're going to have to throw the ball, even with Washington, a switch of quarterbacks. They'll be a little more secure with the ball, and we'll have to figure out how to get the ball in the end zone late in the game.
All right, Howard, I'm going to throw this one out at you to start with. What's the one Washington weakness that the Giants can exploit this week?
One Washington weakness that the Giants can exploit this weekend, I think, would be, if it's me, I think their offensive line is weak. I think we can get some pass rush against them. I think we'll be able to sack the quarterback possibly a few times, and you might be able to slow the run down, which will give the offense of the Giants a lot of opportunities.
Well, I'm going to just say, in addition to all those things you said, the quarterback, the change at the quarterback position, you've got a guy who's starting who missed an entire year, who's just trying to feel his way through there. So I think there's an opportunity there to really get him off his game or not let him get on his game.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget the fact that Washington has been anemic in running the ball this year. They're worst in the NFL in yards per carry. The Giants cannot let Washington get a run game going, so the Giant run defense has to be good. All right, which newcomer has made the biggest impact to the Giants through the first 5 games? Carl?
James Bradberry.
Howard?
Bradberry. I like Bradberry. I think Bradberry's done a good job. But, as for newcomers, I'm going to have to go with the tackles. I think the tackles did a good job coming out of Georgia, playing pretty well. I know he has some up and down weeks, but for me, having the quarterback stand upright as much as he does, he's doing a decent job.
Hey, you can't forget Blake Martinez, who's a tackling machine. And how about Kyler Fackrell, guys?
Blake Martinez is easy. We talk about him all the time.
All right, but what about Kyler Fackrell, who's got a couple sacks and he had a pick 6 last week?
Yeah, he did. He's doing a great job, too, a great find.
All right, so here's the next question, and Howard, we'll start with you. Is Chase Young the most dangerous Washington player the Giants need to pay attention to this week?
They got a lot of guys in that Washington defense, that Washington front you got to pay attention to. But Chase Young right now is having a phenomenal year. He got 2 or 3 sacks. He's doing a good job.
You notice he said, Carl, a couple other guys because he wants somebody to say one of those Alabama guys.
Of course he does. But, Chase is a guy that you have to pay attention to. But I think collectively your offensive line has got to communicate, or else any guy is capable of being a star on that front if the Giants don't communicate.
That wraps it up for this week's edition of Crossfire, presented by Primepoint.